Yes, definitely, definitely, especially in Uganda, in the Ugandan community, because most people don't really know him.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. Hmm. So
They
thank you
still,
for.
well, they still know the price that used to play football and basketball in El Grove. That's the
Yeah,
price they know, but they don't know Black Fuego, the artist, the
yeah,
the
yeah.
Right.
The
businessman,
businessman,
and
the philanthropist.
right,
Yeah.
so
Yeah, good stuff. Good stuff.
So when I went back, the Ugandan MCs and DJs were like, Ugandans are strange. You want to tap into what they know or what they like, because if you don't do what they like, they're not gonna
Tune
give
you. That
you, yeah, they're not
airtime.
gonna give you
Nope.
a vote of confidence. They're gonna just walk by your music. So I was like,
Mhm.
okay, so what can I do to change that? They said that you have to connect with them on the stuff that they understand. And I was
Mhm.
like, okay, all right. So I apologize to my motherland and
Yeah.
Africa in general. Like, my fault. I didn't know. I thought that you guys were okay with the reggae that I was doing or any of the music styles that I was doing, but they were
Mhm.
not. So
Mhm.
yeah. Then I went to the studios and recorded. Shout out to K Wheels. K Wheels is a producer that I've always worked with in Uganda and
Mhm.
worked with continuously. He's also been supportive of my music. But this record was produced by Bomba, a Zina Award nominee or
Mm.
award winner. I went and was like, hey, I need a record done like this. So
She tell me say she never let me go. Yeah, she
Oh
tell
my
me
god,
every
Bongo
time
made
I
my
go.
beat.
Muala mukeke fate mutu. For her kiss, I say yes. I say kutwa she's the best. Abatos move kawambio mwana mumute. If she don't see me, she.
if I'm counting, it's been, wow. Yeah, wow, that's a long
Yeah.
time,
It's
because
yeah.
yes, because I remember that I left Chicago in what, 2015, 14, around 15, I think
Mm.
15. I moved to
Mhm.
ended up moving to Las Vegas and lived there for about 3 years. It was easier for me to commute to LA because LA is like 45-minute flight. So it was easier for me to commute over there. So wow, yeah,
Yeah.
that's
So you left Chicago, but your intention was to LA. You're targeting LA, but you decided to just hang on the neighborhood there in Nevada.
yes, because at the time I didn't have the I didn't have the the income that could support my life in LA.
Yeah,
Uh,
that's a big point there.
yeah, so I was like, instead of staying there and paying all those expenses and and the taxes and all that, I was like, if I stay in Nevada for a little bit and I can commute every time I need a show, every time I have an interview or something, I just commute. Kwa sinyonyi 45 minutes nga
Yeah, you're
nkomawo.
there. Good strategy, actually. Very, very good strategy because
Mm.
New York is, I mean, LA is quite expensive.
Yes, it is. It is.
But anyway,
Mm.
me and you know each other, but for the purpose of those who will be viewing this, let
Yes.
me first have you introduce yourself uh, to the viewer. Who is Black Fuego? Me, I knew you because we used to live in the same town, but
Yes.
for those who don't know you.
Um, for those who don't know me, Manyagang is a Black Fuego. I go by
Mhm.
Black Fuego. That's BLAQFUEGO. Um, and that's who I am. Um, uh, amanya gange ag'ekiganda oba
Mm. Uganda,
ag'ekinnansi,
Nancy. Right.
nze Sebambulidde Price, nga ge mannya agange ate nga ndi mulongo, so nze waswa, abantu abasinga babeera bagamba waswa yenye waswa kati najja wano amanya nagenda kugamba nina okutereeza ago amanya and making sure no represent where I'm from, you know, ge manya agange, you know, nze Price waswa sebambulidde. Yeah.
Got it. Kati, so what inspires the name Blaq Fuego? Because now we know that that's the brand name. What goes into that? From Waswa, I expected a W in there somewhere, but that didn't happen.
Yeah, kati omanyi wenaja mu America ne mala emisomo ne ntandika okuba basketball, nga mala okuba basketball ne ntandika okola music. Nabeera kubanga nalabera Chicago. Nawe nabeeranga Chicago mu bantu baffe nga onogama nobeera mu ba African American community, you know. Ng'omuntu omugamba n'erinnya yange nze sebambulidde nga agamba what? Agamba, you know, nga tasobola liddamu kati nga agamba no kati nkuyite ntya, you know, because the pronunciation of sebambulidde is kind of tough. I don't know omugamba no nze okay omugamba Price n'agamba no nga agamba batandika okugamba no okay we just say you're black. Yeah, you're black.
Oh,
that is yeah, that's my homie Blaq. That's my friend Blaq. Nerikala. Kati nze nendikyusa nekyabera BLSCK because that's a color. Ngamba okay, I'm a being of light at quantum. So denali nkozesa nga nakatandika okuyimba. Naye kati nga ndaba liwanvu nnyo because natandikira mu studios natandikiramu nga bagamba okay, that's Blaq. Make it simpler. Make it simple. So I made it simple where it is being of light at quantum, the smallest unit of light that brings this massive energy or massive energy. So I was like, okay, I'll use that. So BLAQ. And then Fuego, era when I Chicago, hanging around in Humboldt Park, there are Puerto Ricans abasinga, you know, Jenaigiro Luispana. You know, Gabagama, hey, speak that Fuego, sing that Fuego, because they used to hear me sing all the time. So Nebangamba Fuego, that guy is Fuego. His name is Fuego. S.A. Fuego. Nerikala. Kati, I combined the two, and I was like, okay, in both communities, I could still be recognized and be a part of what they're doing, because it's still a symbol of who I am, and both communities would get together because I was there. Emberanga kugamba nga ngenda by Hispana, you know, they say that's Fuego. Ngenda south side, abagamba that's Blaq, you know. So
you combine the two, and
I combined the two, and there you go. But mostly the influence again is from Chicago. And I respect that so much. It's a blessing.
Yeah, Chicago town misses you. It took me a while to realize that you had left, actually. But when one day you find your way back, you came back close here to Minneapolis.
Yes, Minnesota. Yes,
Minnesota. So, tell us a little bit about your journey. How did you find yourself into the music? Is this something that you did when you were a child, or what inspired you to get into the music, and what kind of music do you do? What genre?
Wow, that's a broad question, but I'll say that how it started as a kid, ngandi muto, sister wange passed on. Brenda taught me how to sing. So when Brenda kept on teaching me how to sing, she taught me rhymes, how to write rhymes, how to harmonize. Brenda was my older sister. So when she passed on, I couldn't fill that void with anything. Like you can never fill that void. Nobody could, because of the attachment that I had with her, and the sharing music with her and singing with her kind of like brought that out. Like music became something that I loved, and I was passionate about, and it was therapeutic, like some sort of therapy to me, to know that she's still available no matter what. She's still there. And music is the presence that brings my sister to light. So I carried it on as a torch. So music, okutandika ddala okubeera interested in music natandika after nga sister wange agenze, then nentandika okuyimba n'abavubuka abalala abo mu Uganda we would compete ensambya sharing horn netuyimba competing ne different group says osimanyi boys with attitude, and we would sing. Sometimes we would perform with those guys who were much older than us, and they were much well versed in music. Barasta Sally, the Blood Brothers, and those guys were really cool with us, and they kind of like started molding the journey. Of course our netandika branching out era, of course kiraba kati music nagenda okulaba nga it's something that I can do and I love passionately, but wobeera nga okola music family ebeera gamba no biki ebyokola okola biki
back in the days, those days,
right,
kusuubira genda kusoma math ne physics nga tebasuubira bino byonna nga tebabikkiririzaamu.
kati bibeera out of context, bagamba omwana aba ali kuki kati adde music. Naye ekyanyamba nti waliwo abantu nga kati nga Solomon Ibona. Solomon Ibona introduced me to UTV, working in UTV. So this is before like any sort of like shows were there in Uganda eziraga music. So nalingako ku variety show ne Solomon Ibona. But in the process nalinga zanya basketball in that process. So ngeno zanya basketball ate no enkuba music zanya basketball nembi combining, then basketball ne bampita okujja okuzanya basketball mu US. So awo ne connecting anembera nga asobola okujja eno kati our music ate kati namuddamu after college nga maze okutuuka e Chicago. When I took Chicago, right,
you went back to your passion again, nogiddamu.
Right, nagenda nensoma at St. Louis. But when I was St. Louis, then Chicago, then I was like, I had to dig back into my music because I felt so homesick. I felt so out of place. I don't have my sister around. I don't have anybody that I really know around. And then my own module of things that I really that complete me, which was music. And then performing open mics, so open mics is aberangawo nengenda before bingi Chicago nengenda. That's how I was discovered. I was discovered by an A&R that was working for No ID, who mentored Kanye West, mentored, also produced music for Common, produced a lot of music. No ID has done a lot of production and good music for Jay-Z and a lot of these people, but he mentored me. Would spend a lot of hours in the studio working on my craft. So kuyingira music industry najingiramu nga muntu composing choruses.
Okay.
And that's how that developed. Yeah, that's how that developed. Yeah.
And then you went into what? Now, what do you
now?
What's your genre?
I don't have a specific genre. Because I don't have a specific genre, I get bored easily. So when with music, I don't want to be put into a small box, and then they tell me that this is your genre, this is where you are. This is reggae, this is what you do. This is rap, this is what you do. So I'm everywhere. I can sing, I can do reggae, I could do reggaeton, I could do dancehall, I could do Afrobeat, I could do alternative, I write rock music too. I could do trap, which is trap. They do trap nowadays. So but again, when you want to find my music, you have to go into the world section, because the world section combines everything: Afrobeat, world music, like
World
everything.
music. Okay, so
Yes,
you are into world music. You combine all.
yes, yes. So
Got it.
my genre is bifuego. My genre is being hot on any record that I'm given. And
That's what you do.
that's where I'm at. Yeah,
Ah,
yeah.
fantastic. So, who are these people that you want to shout out to that have helped you along the way? You talked about who discovered you, but who anybody else? Who?
Oh my God, like there are a lot of people. First of all, there's a guy called Janelle Kark. Janelle
Mhm.
Kark believed in my dream so much. He managed me. He was a House of Dreams. Was the first was He managed me and brought me to a level of knowing, understanding the music industry itself, because the music industry itself is not simple.
Mhm.
You have to have a
Can imagine.
guide. It's like a veil. You walk in there and you have a veil over you, and you don't know what's going on. If you just love to do music, you have to get that veil off so that you can really see,
Mm,
because there's a lot of the gray areas that we skip, and
mm,
we run into a wall. I ran into a lot of walls,
mm,
contractual issues, booking. That is it's a lot of things. So there are people like Janelle Clark. There are people like Joseph Jobito.
Joseph
He's
Jobito.
he's very influential. He has been very influential in my musical journey, because he was the first person who would try to book me shows without me even having a full song written. He believed in me
Wow,
so much that he
wow.
would say, "Bro, we let's
You
book
can
you
do it.
here. Let's take you here. Yes, you can do it." And then there are people like there are people like Eric Chapman. Eric Chapman has always believed in my dreams, and he supported my music career. People like Mike Hollywood. That's this guy. Like, for him, he had already noticed who the kind of person that I am and what I can do. Sometimes when you can't speak for yourself, there are
Mhm.
other people who can actually tell other people that, hey, this guy right here is special, you know. So those people are really close to in your life, and they're always going to be there. They're always going to be an influence to what you do, and somehow open doors for you without you even actually reaching out to try and open doors for you. They are there for you. So there's a lot of people. Do you know what's funny? Yet you
Mm,
asked me that.
mhm.
Um, you're familiar with Steve Jin, right?
Yes.
So Steve Jin uh, came to Chicago and we hung out. And
Mhm.
he was the first person to show me what I could use to have a homemade studio.
Mhm. Wow.
He was the first one. And then after he helped me get the setup. I got the setup. I recorded my first record. That the first song that I wrote on my own, I recorded it in the closet at home, in my apartment. And the song is called "Catch the Feeling."
Cast the feather.
Catch the Feeling. Yes. When
Mm,
I recorded that song, it was because Steve Jin,
mhm.
who actually was like, "Hey, this is simple. This is a simple set of things you can use. You add a microphone onto this, and you record something, and you can expose your music, and you can get moving." The person who bought me the first microphone was Hassan Matovu.
Mhm.
He got it for me for my, I think it was like my 25th birthday or something like that. He bought me that microphone. Is like, yeah, you can use this. So again, these
Yeah.
are the people. These are the
Yeah.
people.
I know
You
I
know,
put you on the spot there because it's a lot of people and it's not very easy to remember everybody on the spot. So no worries. But
right.
because what I was thinking about is that
Hmm.
as a community,
Hmm.
uh, there's a lot that we don't know about the music industry,
Hmm.
and historically, like you alluded to, we never sort of appreciated talent when it is coming. We didn't believe in the music stuff. It lately people
Yeah.
are now. It has changed in Uganda, but here overseas, when somebody gets out to strike out a career in singing or dance or art, we could do more in supporting them.
Yes.
We could do
Yes.
more as a community in supporting them.
Yes.
So it's good to hear that these individuals like Hassan and Jobito and the area who believe in you,
and area and
push-
not to forget area believed in my music too a lot, because it really didn't strike out to me that these brothers really cared so much until I started looking at their platforms. And no matter what I was putting out there, area would be like, what is your newest song? I want to play it.
Yeah.
You know, and
that's
and
who it
in
is.
the right, and in the world of where brothers, especially Africans, don't really reach out to support each other in whatever we do. That man right there, area, I would tell you, he was like, he's like, I'm gonna play your music. I'm gonna buy your newest song. Where can I download this one? I like this one the most. So I mean, it's unbelievable, you know.
Yeah. And I have to put this in the record. He's the one who contacted me and says, Blaq Fuego has a new release. It's time he comes into the studio, because I started this not so long ago. I do this on my time whenever I can. And, you know, sometimes I'm not putting out anything out there. But he said, you know what? It's about time, because actually he sent me a video. I want to play this video, and then you tell me about this latest release. What is this song all about? What inspired it? Let me first play a little bit.
Okay.
I say yes, I say she's the best. If she don't see me, she
yeah. Spoiling me.
Spoiling
me.
A good one to listen to on Mother's Day today, actually.
Happy Mother's Day to all the ladies that have kids and those who will have kids in the near future. Happy Mother's Day.
Yeah. So tell me what inspired this song?
So I went back home to Uganda, and because I don't have I should be having a big fan base in my own country where I'm from. And I didn't, and unfortunately I didn't, not because of I didn't want to have a fan base there, but because of the constraints of life. You know, like you out here in the US, you trying to make a living, at the same time you want to be welcomed in this place which is foreign to us, and then you get in that trend of like, hey, we can only do this kind of music, they can only promote you here and there. So when I went back, the Ugandan MCs and DJs were like, you know, Ugandans are strange. You want to tap into what they know or what they like, because if you don't do what they like, they're not gonna you know, give you they're not going to give you a vote of confidence. They're going to just walk by your music. So I was like, okay, so what can I do to change that? They said that you have to connect with them on the stuff that they understand. And I was like, okay, all right. So I apologize to my motherland and Africa in general. Like, my fault. I didn't know. I thought that you guys were okay with the reggae that I was doing or any of the music styles that I was doing, but they were not. So then I went to the studios and recorded. Shout out to K Wheels. K Wheels is a producer that I've always worked with in Uganda and worked with continuously. He's also been supportive of my music. But this record was produced by Bomba, a Zina Award nominee or award winner. I went and was like, hey, I need a record done like this. So the inspiration behind Spoiling Me is that, most times that we are men, we spoil women. Like we spoil them with gifts and all the loving and whatnot. And it doesn't mean we can't get spoiled too. Like they can also spoil us sometimes, They spoil us by giving us so much love. Like they can spoil us by giving us so much love. Nothing materialistic, but just their presence. When we are feeling down, they give us a massage. When you're feeling, wait, hey, how was your day? But if it becomes too much, then you're like, man, you know what? You're spoiling me. Like so that's the thing. Like when she's not around, you're like, oh wow, now you're spoiled. Now you're very spoiled.
Yes.
So
that's I use the same opportunity to wish Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there, our sisters, our judges, all the mothers.
All the mothers.
Now, Uganda,
yes.
you do even, I noticed you do philanthropic work. You inspire the soccer team. Tell us a little bit about that real quickly before we
Blaq Fuego FC was a team that I started during the COVID times. During COVID times, I was trying to do charity. I was not trying. I was doing charity work in Wairaka, Jinja. The people say, "Why did you go that side?" And I'm like, "Yeah, it's Uganda." The reason was because there was a lot of talent, young men from about 18 to 25 years old, even to 26. They're youth. They have no one to help them. They have nothing. They're doing nothing. They just hung around on the village and play football. The evenings, and it's not organized. They just play. Put a rack there. Manye tujire twaddiranga ebijinji oteka ekijinji wali ne wali golebeerawo ne mukuba oba musanga akasaawe nga waliwo grass kawotereevu ne mugamba wano otujja okukakubiranga. So out of I'm passionate about the sport of football because that's where I started from. Bakojja wange Charles Jagwe, let Charles Jagwe ya coaching Villa, SC Villa for years now, coaching an Uganda Cranes. Kojja wange Jimmy Mugwa, may he rest in peace. We lost him also last year. He played for Uganda Cranes and Express Mukwano Gwabanji. He inspired me. Those guys inspired me to play the game, even though I did not play the game to the level that I wanted to play it. It was a lot of, the microscope was so focused on me, so I played a different sport. But because I wanted to give back to the sport itself in general, and the main issues in Uganda sports, especially in football, that touched me was because my uncles had done all that work, and they were never compensated anything. They had no pension. They had nothing. There's no structure to help a coach if he retires. There's no structure for a football player if he retires in Uganda. You just die like a stray dog, and it's not good. So when I looked back on starting the club, that was my main focus, that I wanted to make sure that I can implement a way that a player after football, what does that footballer do? Can that footballer get a life after football? So those were my main focus on, and I wanted to start on the lower level instead of going and just buying out a team in second division or something. I wanted to know how those things function, how the football system in Uganda functions. So Blaq Fuego FC was formed in 2020. So I got together with a couple of people, and I was like, hey, let's let's make this club, get those boys off the street, let them play, let them play for this club. We shall do charity work and provide. In COVID season, we provided food and the necessary things for food, beans here, rice, soap, cooking oil, things that they would just need to survive through COVID. And
nice.
Yeah.
Good,
So
good stuff. Thank you for doing that. Thank you for doing that and for thinking about your motherland
very
in
welcome.
that way. Yeah. So
You're
now,
welcome. Mhm.
what should we expect in the future
For
as
me,
far as for you and your brand?
as an artist or as an
artist?
entrepreneur?
Both.
Okay, as an artist, I am going to make more releases in a fashion of encouraging more Ugandan artists, upcoming artists, or in a fashion of having a fan base in Africa at large and starting from Uganda. So I'm going to focus on that. You expect some records like Partner. You expect some new records like Tulimuka Holiday. There's a lot of music that is coming, and I make sure that there are visuals for them because amaaso g'omuganda gali mu ngalo.
Amaaso g'omuganda gali mu ngalo kati era nange amaaso g'omuganda lwaki siku mbadde ndi awo nga mu studio gesuwa ani ayingidde tunula ku screen wetegereza
area
yes
sir
what's going on, bro? How you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you doing?
Pretty good, man. How's the show going?
It was good. It's good.
Yeah,
It's going good so far. Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
No, senior muganda wange. It's been a while. Eranga bulijjo ngamba no Black Folk ayinogenda tukikube.
I just told him. Elia said it's about time. Now
it's about time. I was like, you know what? It's about time. Guy agende ku tukikube. I'm promoting eko kubanga nekikube kati engeri gye yatandikawo olaba kati platform ye. Pretty much kati it's wide now. So kati nga gwe nawe music wenge gye wamutandika mpola, but now it's everywhere. From Jamaica to Uganda to here, So I was like, no, right? Black Folk guy, no genda ku tukikube.
Fantastic. I appreciate you for reminding me about that one.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
So what about the entrepreneurship now? What should we expect real quick entrepreneurship as we close?
Entrepreneurship, I'm looking forward to create more jobs for the Ugandan youth. I love youth programs. Because over here in Minnesota, I also participate in youth programs. I coach football and basketball. So creating the opportunities for the youth, especially getting them jobs, like when you open a football club, there are positions that they can fill. There we need trainers. We need those who know how to, like an orthopedic. I don't know in Uganda what they would call that, but an orthopedic. Owamagumba, right? Right. So we need those kind of people. And on the basketball end, the facilities are not there. We don't have a standard basketball courts that are indoor. They actually postpone games when it rains. So things like that. I know. Then also I'm opening a chain of salons, De Fuego unisex salons. So I've started with one that it's in Naweru, and we provide jobs for those who are beauticians and barbers and hairstylists and makeup artists. Abakole into obakusiga njala, just creating opportunities for Ugandans. That's on the entrepreneur side, with also creating clothing. Like I wear my own brand. You never see me wear Gucci or anything like that, or none of that. Yeah, this is
Let me first go back up here and yeah, there we go.
Yeah, and you see this is the jersey, and we shall be promoting this jersey for the next upcoming season. You know, I was looking for sponsors and nobody could sponsor, but I was like, hey, I'll use my own branding, my own name to support my club and whatnot. We shall also get a women's soccer team. We are getting that, and a women's and men's basketball club. So Mpola.
Yesebo tweyanziza nnyo tweyanzenge naye era kati omusajja nga waagambye kuba ebibuuzo byonna abizzeemu naye nga waagambye yeetaga ba sponsors so ne webanga just community y'Abannayuganda oba yuna oba ki kiba kyetaagisa oba musajja ne bamuwaayo kasente oba omuyamba kyonna kiriwo kyayagala ku buyambi sponsorship support mwana waffe muganda waffe actually yakulira wano Chicago wadde ali Minnesota tetunyiiga wadde yagenda eyo mu kyalo naye nga kati nze manyidde price for so many years nga tukyali bavubuka bato kati buyo tulina abakyala n'abaana ekintu kyakola bambi kyo kyamaanyi ate naddala ati nakikola waka ewaffe tinaawa abaana abalala opportunities badde tebayina so kyenkubiriza tino bannayuganda nga ffe tumukwatireko naffe era kati nga muziki oye ngenda kitwala mu muziki oye mbagambe tino musajja abadde asaba sponsorship tulabe oba naffe tusobola okwegatta ku ekyo ekintu
support. So this clothing line, are they do you have a web store, or if one wanted to buy something, is it possible to get something?
Yeah, it's possible. Kati nga onolaba no ntino ngame no njagala kitandika kibere first ewaffe Uganda so that abantu bafuna opportunity. Oli omuntu a print shop eberenge eva Uganda, omanyi kati nkigereza ku bantu oba abangereza bo babeera n'ekintu nga kiri mu community yaabwe wekibanga kibi tebagenda out, they still will not go outside basigala awo ajja kujja agambe naye omanyi kintu kino kirungi naye waali kyusizaamu okole bwoti nja kwongera okugula okitegeera so kati n'okusupporting abaana be Uganda bali creative abakola art abasobola okuprinting abalina printing presses nga printing mali njagala nga printing ne Uganda ekizibu ekiriwo nti time the space and time and machinery is not the same as what I would use here.
Got
it. Kati wechigezamu the time it takes for him to make the shot and the time that it takes for an American to make the shot, the dynamics, the dynamics and shipping, the dynamics are just crazy. So what I'm going to do is that my plan is to have the same brand in Uganda. When you're in Uganda, you purchase it from Uganda, you get it in Uganda. When you are here in the United States, you can still purchase it and get it from me as a person, so that I maintain the rights and all that kind of stuff. Omanyikati na America bibera bichuse. Waliwo patent, waliwo biti, right?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So
looking forward to whenever it's available. About the Uganda or no?
Yes, I'm going to provide the website.
Okay.
Yeah. I will provide
what
the
about
website.
you do tours, or you press shows, or performing? Performing kumukolo gwe manyi nako zino Uganda bwe bakola n'emikolo tomuyimbi na performing. Is that something that you engage in? Do you?
Yes, I actually do have a management. I have Lightning Entertainment, managing Beba Kola Management Young. So when you are ready, you just call Lightning Entertainment, and then we can work that out.
Work that out. Okay.
Yeah. But I'm always available. I perform. I haven't performed for Ugandans. as per se. Mwampitangako.
I know.
Mwampitangako. You know, but performance-wise, but then I think I would say my last biggest show was opening for Kevin Gates and working with Kevin Gates in Milwaukee, Nigeria, Milwaukee, and I performed for Kevin Gates and yeah, that I think that's about right before COVID struck. So after COVID, I decided to release online records because we couldn't travel. But now I'm open to travel because I've gone to Jamaica after COVID, even during the COVID period. I went to Jamaica to do a music video with Sizzla and Munga, and those guys in Jamaica. That video for Bezos, we did that. So I'm looking forward for getting booked, and I can showcase.
Yeah. Okay. Good to know. All right. Well, I enjoyed the conversation. I learned a lot more that I did not know about you. I did not know your family football background. That piece, I did not know that you actually started from the football side. No, basketball side. Right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So fantastic. Ilya, thank you very much for.
Yeah, not a problem. No, thank you, sir. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Ilya. I appreciate you so much.
Hey, no, thank you, bro.
Thank you.
Hey, thank you, man. Thank you for accepting this and sparing some time, because I know you're a busy man too. But you said okay, and then you actually traveled out here, so which is really fantastic, But Tukikube, whereby the news say about Tukikube, boom, 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 boom. Thank you for all this.
Robert, thank you so much for hosting me. I appreciate nebaza nnyo. Mwebale nnyo bambi okuhosting n'okumpa akakiso okwogera n'aba Uganda baffe. And just so that people can know who I am and have an idea of what I do. And it's a blessing. I appreciate you so much. And yeah.
Naye esobola omuyita kati esobola omuyita ne ku conventions
it's all about let's get the awareness out there, because that's the starting point.
Yes, definitely, especially in Uganda, in the Ugandan community, because most people don't really know him. They still know the price that used to play football and basketball in El Grove. That's the price they know, but they don't know Blaq Fuego, the artist, the businessman, and
the philanthropist.
Right,
good stuff. Yeah, okay. So let's go back to Mother's Day. Sebo, happy Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day.
All right, Sebo, happy Mother's Day.
Happy Mother's Day, guys.
All right.
Yeah.
Bye.
Respect.
Yeah.
Bye.